That was definitely a hit. Felt him bite it. Right in the shallow side. Jigging the river today. Felt like a walleye hit. Feels good sized. Jigging a black with a brown strip bucktail jig, 1/8 ounce. It's December. Oh yeah, it's a nice walleye. I've been getting so many nice walleyes. A lot of really nice ones, around 28 inches. I can't believe it, you know, this November and December. Unbelievable amount, just really bumper year. This isn't that big a one, but it's a nice one. Well above average. That's a beauty. And me and Roger have been just having a great year for walleye. Few fish, big fish. I mean, I got good numbers October, but November and December, not many, but real quality fish. You know, that's a solid 24 incher right around there. We'll get a measurement on her. Beauty. Maybe 23 to 24, I'd say. Could be a solid 24 or 24 and a half, I don't know, right around there. And that bucktail jig. There's a fish. That might be a carp. Feels pretty heavy. Oh, he's rolling. Still might be a carp. Not sure. I think it looks like a carp fin to me. Something pretty heavy here. See, it's interesting. I've been fishing this pool a lot this month. And check out the other videos, obviously. Right before this, there's been getting a lot of quality fish in this pool. You know, 3-foot carp, and just on average, you know, the carp have been like 34 inches. And some in the mouth, some snagged by accident. They seem to be stacked in here pretty thick. Some pretty large northerns too. Pushing 40 inches. Real close to 40. And a lot of nice walleyes. Pushing 30 inches. So I've been getting a lot of great fish here. Oh, looks like I got them in the mouth. Oh, that's awesome. That's the second time this month I've jigged and 4th time ever, I think, I've got a carp in the mouth with a jig. If it isn't, it looks like it's in the mouth. I see it hanging out of his mouth there. You know, it's one thing to snag them, then you don't feel like you caught them legitimately, but if you fair hook them, it's awesome with rough fish. I've done it with suckers and carp and like multiple types of suckers. It's always awesome when you hook them with a jig fair. He's not a big carp, but you know, just a small, somewhere between small and average. But there's a lot of nice carp in this river. Very common to get 34, 35 inchers. Rare to get them like 38 plus, but the mid 30s are common for some reason. And the low 30s too. This guy's probably around 30. That last walleye was 24 and a quarter, so my guessing's pretty well on today. Can't believe I got him in the mouth. They're right around the mouth. Yeah, it's right in his lip. That's awesome. I don't know if he went after it or what. That's strange. Try and carefully lift him up here for you. It's just water's very cold. Right around freezing, so I gotta try not to let him slip out of my hands. My hands aren't liking this cold water too much. Here we go. That same black brown strip bucktail jig, lanky 30, right around 30-inch carp. Yeah. Awesome. Oop, there's a walleye. Followed me right up there. And that same jig. You. Nope. There he goes. It's probably, I don't know, 20-incher. Pop the hook. There we go. Something. I think I got a sucker. I've been moving around. I'm gonna hit a couple more spots before I leave. I got a sucker like right in the mouth. That is awesome. Close to the mouth, right around. Yeah, not quite his mouth, but close. Musky bait. Yeah, that carp, like an hour or two ago, was like 31, 32 inches. I rough measured them in between those two. But, you know, it's just been few fish, but quality fish. There we go. Awesome, first cast. That is sweet. I'd moved to a new river right around sunset for some jigging. That is just great. I can't believe, like, literally first cast I've ever taken in this spot. I'm just trying out new ones. Looks like a nice walleye, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, nice solid walleye. Can't ask for much more than that. Sweet, on a 3-inch black curly-tail jig. Nice, beautiful 17 and a half. Awesome. Fish. Hooked something in the shallows there. Hit a few more spots, been experimenting with them last night in Sunset Bite and this morning too. Came back to the first spot I was at, just jigging yesterday morning. It's raining this morning though, it's a little different conditions. I got a good hook in this guy. This might be a carp. There's been a lot of carp stacked up in these shallows. Occasional perch and walleye, so I still want to fish these shallows, but there's like a dying weed bed right there in that current break, and then like a mud flat in these shallows here, and the water's, you know, freezing all the way across. It's probably 33 degrees, so these fish are spread out shallow and deep. This guy's got to be a carp. This is a walleye. It's a freaking monster. I'm betting carp. But anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I'm jigging a brown black strip bucktail jig, just like yesterday. I've honed in the color pretty well. I mean, the water clarity changed slightly, so I might switch it up a little bit, but you know, for a month now I've been doing great with variants of brown and black and gray. Just trying to round out this video, and maybe I'll go perch fishing later. Just got a 6-pound test here, so I gotta play this guy. If it is a carp, might be foul hooked, might be fair hooked. I've been mostly foul hooking them just by accident because there's so many stacked up here. This is like a wintering hole, I guess, even though I've been getting a lot of great walleyes here too. But if it is foul hooked, I gotta be careful how I play them because I can easily rip the hook out. It seems like you really only land them foul hooked, you know, most of the time. If you're gonna land them and they're foul hooked, they're hooked in the fin. Somehow the hook really sticks in there in a carp. The scales, usually the scale pops out, obviously, I guess, because there's, you know, so much tension on the line and so much force on the hook. It'd pop a scale pretty easy. He's doing weird little tight circles. It's not, I'm betting, you know, 90-some% sure that he's a carp, but he's fighting a little different than the other carps I've been getting still. A little strange. Maybe he's hooked in a different spot. I don't know. Waiting for him to realize that there's current right there and just go chugging downstream. I had to run like 500-600 feet after one the other day and get my jig back because he was tail hooked. Oh man, come on, don't be a carp, be something else. That would be so sick. If this is something else, it is a big something else. If it's a carp, it's probably average size. Like the average carp I get in this river is probably like 20 pounds or right around there. There's a lot of them that are like mid-30s class inches. I don't really target them, but I just catch them by accident. Jigging, and especially when I'm bait fishing for other stuff. This guy's going super shallow now. Well, got a good hook in him so far, but that could change. Just trying to take it easy on him. I just got a 6-pound test. You can't really put much more force on him than this. Gotta tire him out and beach him. Man, yeah, very few fish. It's been strange. You know, I mean, it's pretty normal. I guess I shouldn't say it's been strange. Yeah, it really hasn't been strange. It's pretty normal for winter, but strange compared to fall. I'm so used to fall at this point. I fish so much during fall that it's just hard to get back in the groove of winter fishing. You know, a few fish a day, but quality fish usually. And I love open water fishing during the winter. It's so awesome. No one does it. So few people do it. You hike the rivers. It seems like the one common thread, this is something important I guess I could say, the one common thread that among all these spots that I'm hitting, and some of them I'm striking out at and some of them are paying big dividends, especially in the videos lately before this, I've been getting a lot of near trophy fish, sometimes multiple in a day, which is tremendous for a small river like this. This is smaller than it seems. It necks out here, and this is a wide angle lens. This is a pretty small river. But a lot of great pike and walleye I've been getting lately for a state that doesn't have a slot limit. But man, he is not really making any ground on him at all. He's still fighting pretty hard. It's going too far. Don't go in that. There's like a log if he goes far enough. I don't want him to go in that. I know all the snags in this pool pretty much. I fished it for many years. I fished it a lot this year, so I know the current snags in it. But so I got to keep him out of the snags so the line doesn't. If the line touches the snags, it could get wrapped up in it, and then he could snap it off so easy, and then he's gone. And then also, a lot of times with 6-pound tests, if you're fighting a fish like this, this has happened a lot to me with carp and maybe big catfish, and especially like muskies and stuff. When you hook them, All they have to do, and even a big walleye, I think I lost a monster walleye once doing this exactly. I was just easing it in like this. There's so much tension on the line. When they start to go shallow, this is a muddy pool, so I have an advantage here, but when they start to go shallow in a rocky area, all they have to do is just cruise past a boulder, and that line just barely touches the edge of a boulder, and it'll cut right off because of the tension. It'll break your heart. So there's a lot of things you have to like watch out for when you're fighting a fish like this that has some weight to it. He's just, I might have tail hooked him or something. He's just going for it. This is kind of what they do when you tail hook them, I think. They just keep chugging and chugging and chugging away from you. And you pull them back a little bit, and it doesn't really faze them because they're pointed away from you. That's the benefit of lip hooking a fish. You can turn them and make them have to come towards you. They can't swim backwards, you know. I don't want to have to chase this guy. It'd be kind of obnoxious. I'd rather not. He's gonna have to stop eventually. It gets really shallow up there. Try and make some ground here. I'm gonna really hork on him. It's gonna be hard though, because I think I'm pretty sure he's tail hooked, I'm guessing. I could be wrong, but probably a tail hook carp. It's hard to make ground when they're tail hooked though. They just keep chugging and chugging. It's the hardest one of that and when you hook them on the top fin. Those are the two worst spots. The top fin's really weird. They just feel so, they don't like chug a lot, but they feel like the heaviest place to hook them. Like, I don't know how to describe it. The place where you can hook them where they feel heaviest, I think, is the top fin. For whatever reason, they feel it, you know, a solid double their weight when you hook them on the top. Even heavier when you hook them on the tail. Oh. Come on, baby. Just ease his way in here. Making some ground now. Maybe he's giving up. Hope. This has got to be a carp. 99% sure. Not much else this could be. The likelihood of it being something else is astronomical. Just not really moving much, just heavy. Just a heavy carp. Just ease them in here. When you start getting close like this, the angle of line changes. You can kind of play around with it like this, but when the angle of line changes, depending on where you have them hooked, it can pull on the tissue differently where the hook's sitting in there, and then that could improve the chance of it popping. So if you do foul hook a fish, eventually you're gonna pop the hook. It could take a day of fighting it, could take 5 seconds, but if you don't have them hooked somewhere solid, you have them hooked in like a soft tissue, it'll pop eventually pretty much on a heavy fish. It's just a matter of time. So you gotta, it's strategic, you have to play your cards right. There's a snag right there, so I don't want them in that. Get out of there, come on. Come on in, baby. Well, he wants to be in there more than I want him out. A little slightly too heavy to hork him on 6. Oh, get in here, come on. You're obnoxious, get in. he's like, I'm pretty sure he's tail hooked, facing away from me and just like fluttering, like suspended in the water, and that's why he's just like sitting still, it feels like. He's not on the bottom though. I'd feel him dragging if he was. He's just sitting like suspended, but making a few tail swishes, so he's just staying steady. I can't really make any ground right here. I want to get him out of that snag. He's still in the same spot. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a carp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's hooked on the tail too. I guessed it pretty well. Yeah, I nailed it. It's right on the tail. What a prediction. Ease them in here. See, whenever you hook them in the fin, they really stay stuck pretty well. Oh, come on, come on. Yeah. Small average carp again, just like yesterday. And one I got yesterday was like 31, 32. That's a pretty typical carp. All the ones are like 30 to 35 are just super common. 36 are uncommon. I get them once in a while that big though, but 36, 37s, and then 38s are rare. 38, 40s, 40 class they're around here I bet, but they're a rare carp. This is another one, low mid 30s. Just cookie cutter carps. Ease them up here. Winter carp. Oh yeah. This one might be mid 30s, 34-ish, right around there. It's a bit of a gut. Right on the tail there. There we go. Been scouting out new spots all day, hiking, driving around, a lot of casting, trying to find new pockets of fish. Been on different rivers ever since I was at that river bend this morning and snagged that carp and whatever. I hiked this river. This is a river I cut my teeth on pretty much when I started fishing. I hiked most of this river several times over, I'm pretty sure, many years ago when I was a teenager, and I totally forgot this spot was here. I only walked past this particular spot like once, I think, and it was after a long hike, and I remember it was in the summer and it was loaded with carp, and right now the water's up, and the thing I noticed, I drove by and I was like, no way, because it looks almost identical to the spot I've been having great success at. Earlier in this video, I had a little bit of success with that nice walleye and those two decent carp, I guess. But in the previous recent videos, I've been having great success on that river bend spot with the island and the slack water and the current break. And this spot looks almost identical to that other spot. It's crazy. It has a muddy bottom, it's a slack water, has a current break, and it even has a cute little island. It's almost the same. So I'm really excited about this spot, and I've been casting here for a while, and I've snagged way more carp than in the other spot that looks almost the same as this one. There's a bunch of carp here too, and I'm pretty sure that's what I have right now. I just fought another one for like 10 minutes until he popped the hook, and I already said all this stuff, so now I'm saying it again. So I'm just including clips of fish I actually land. This guy feels a little different. He's more wiggly. See how the rod's bopping like that? The other one wasn't doing that. It really depends where you hook them though. Thought I had a good hook in the other one. Sometimes you fight them for a while and it just tears out. I lost a lot of really heavy ones recently when they do that. You know? Or they felt really heavy. Who knows how heavy they actually were, but they didn't feel like 20 pounders. They felt like 40s. But who knows? Gotta take it easy on them though, because it's a 6-pound test again. Love to hook back before I started hammering that other island spot, which is why it's not producing as much now, I think. Back before I started hammering it, I was doing great there. Jumbo perch and pike, and big pike even. A lot of big walleye, like 28s, more than one, and and some beautiful jumbo perch and just all sorts of variety of fish, before I really hammered it. So I'm hoping this spot has some fish tucked in it too. I gotta believe it does. I could just roll you over here, buddy. Turn towards me. This spot is definitely loaded with carp though. I bumped a bunch of them so far, just jigging it all along this current break. This is so funny how similar this looks to the other one, because this is a relatively shallow river with few pools in it. So out of the handful of pools good pools that I know right now, it's funny that two of them look exactly the same. At least to me it's funny. Yeah, I got him tail hooked. See how he's swimming away from me? It's a carp. It is a carp. That last carp was right on the nose, 35 inches. Yep, I got him in the tail. This guy's probably a little smaller. Yeah, it's gotta be. Doesn't look as big. No, 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 I almost had you. Shoot. Oh boy, he's angry now. This might take a couple minutes. They feel heavier when you hook them on the back fin, but they fight harder when you hook them on the tail. When you snag them. Not that I'm snagging them on purpose, just can't help it. Like, just jigging 20 casts, I probably bumped like 8 carp. They're just everywhere in these slack waters right now, and that's why the other fish are too. It's winter and they're lazy and they want to get out of that current, for the most part it seems. So I'm finding a lot of really nice fish tucked in these slack waters and on the current breaks. And my favorite part about this river is that it's so shallow and fast that when you do find slack waters like this, you know the fish are there, pretty much. It's not guaranteed, but it's a lot more likely than the other rivers around here. Like some of the river that this feeds into is the polar opposite. I don't know, not every 100 feet, but there are just stretches of it that are just trenches, and you don't have concentrations of fish like you do here, especially shore fishing. That's one thing if you have electronics, but you don't when you're shore fishing like this, so you gotta have a tactic to find the fish, you know. In a situation like this, these pockets are perfect. They're just a pain to find. I wish I had 10 of the ones, these little island corner pocket guys. It'd be awesome. Be pumping out videos left and right. So once you, like, it seems like with that last spot, I've been fishing it. I mean, I fished it for years, but I've been fishing really hard for the last month in this winter fishing situation. Like, I'll go down there and I'll catch all the fish out right away, for the most part. Not 100% of the time, but most of the good fish I'm getting right off the bat. And then it's like, you cleaned them out. You got the 4 quality fish that were tucked in there for the day, and maybe one is in a bad mood and another one you skin lipped and he's scared for the day. So come on, get tired out. Hard to tire out a tailhook carp. And you keep jigging for hours and you don't get anything. Like the one moment the other day, I caught a 38-inch pike, and then 11 minutes later got a 28-inch walleye, and then nothing for the rest of the night. Nothing at all. No. Yeah, this is just a little guy. Little guy, but huge pain in the butt because he's tail hooked. It's like, oh, come on. I'm not tired at all. He's doing... You're gonna get tired out eventually. Annoying carp. Come on. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Fight's a fight. I don't want to work on him too hard. It really seems like when you get him in the tail, it really sticks, usually. Doesn't stick well at all when you get him in the scales, but if you snag him in the tail, it really stays in there well for some reason. I don't understand it. It's easy to pop the hook out, but it doesn't rip through the tail easily at all. Like all this tension on it this whole time, and pretty much every time it stays in. It's really interesting. I've been lip hooking some of them too. I don't know if they're actually chasing and eating it. They're pretty slow this time of year. I might just be foul hooking them in the lips. Not that that makes sense, but like the idea of foul hooking, you know, they don't actually want to eat it. I just snagged them in the lips by accident. Okay. Gotta keep the pressure on, keep them kind of beached here, and then gotcha. Yeah, you're just a little guy. Little guy with a lot of attitude. Upper 20s probably. 20, 29 I'm guessing. maybe, yeah, 28 to 30. Get that over there. Lift him up here, right in the tail. Yeah, you're probably a 30 incher. I'd bet. Just a skinny 30. Pretty small carp. 10, 12 pounds. Feels like another carp. This is definitely the crappy version of the island pool. You can see the, okay, you can't see it anymore, but there's like trails of them going out as I waded out here, trying to reach this edge of this pocket, jig it all, just in case there's some game fish in here. I don't know though. Yeah, I think this is another carp. Shoot. I don't want any more carp. I just want some game fish and panfish. Or anything really. As long as it's fair hooked. I don't mind carp if they're eating it, but I don't want to foul hook them. Alright, let's get back to land here. This gets hard on the arm after a while. There's more carp in here than there was in the other pool. I can tell you that much for sure. This one's really loaded with carp. Other pool only has them on like the shallow side. I'm guessing, perhaps, since I haven't waded this out like in like, I don't know, like 5-10 years. Like actually walked through here, and that was in the summertime anyway. I don't really know how deep it is out there. I mean, probably not deeper than I am tall, because the jig's hitting the bottom pretty fast, but I'm guessing this, the point I'm getting at, I'm guessing is, since the carp were only packed in the shallow side of the other pool, the better pool, with the little island, I'm guessing this entire pool is a shallow pool, because I'm getting carp there, and there, and there. They're just everywhere. I'm bumping into them everywhere. Slowly making ground. Line keeps rolling over them. That usually only happens if you get them in the mouth, so that might be interesting, because they're like twisting and turning as you pull them back, and they resist and they go back, they roll over the line, and that makes it, you can feel it when they roll over the line because it like twangs. It's pretty distinctive. The last ones I remember rolling over the line, I got them in the mouth. So this one might be in the mouth, or at least the front end. Yeah, see how he's like, he's all feisty. They don't like it when you get them in the front end, because you keep turning them away. You'll always fight them facing away from you when you tail hook them. That's why it's so hard to pull them in. When you get them in the mouth, you can really, you have a lot more control, because you can turn them. I don't think, maybe I got them in the head. Same difference, but like pretty much, but no, I might have got him in the mouth, maybe. Hard to tell. Stop doing that, you're making the line go all over you. See how much quicker they come in though when you get them in the... Yeah, I think I did get them in the mouth. How does that keep happening? I wonder if they're really eating it. I really do wonder that, because I've had carp actually eat the jig before, at least twice. I saw one chase it up once, like just like this, you're looking at him. Like I saw the shadow follow me up, come towards me as I was jigging it away from him and eat it. I got that in one of my videos, like rough fish jig fishing or something. You can actually see the shadow follow it up in the video. And another time I'm positive he ate it. Yeah, he had to. I felt him clamp down on it. So they do eat jigs, but it's uncommon. That is really neat if I got him in the mouth. That makes me happy if I did. I did. I totally did. I totally did. Wow. I'll take it, man. I caught him. I fair hooked him. I'll call that fair. It is square in his lips there, pretty much. Oh, how exciting. So much more control. You know, it takes no time at all to land them when you get them in the mouth. And he's not terribly long, but he's pretty thick and fat. Got some weight to him for his, yeah, he's got eggs. She's got eggs or whatever, probably. That's a fat belly. Oh, let's see if I can lift her up here. Water's really cold, probably 33 or so degrees. Come on, behave, please. I gotta lift you up for the camera. Oh yeah, fat carp. Mid-30s. Go get a measurement on her. Oh, man. Real fat girl. Real fat girl.